Hey y'all, it's Tuesday, guys. Tuesday in Michigan, a little rainy. That's okay. I'm totally into rainy days. They're my favorite. But anyway, I wanted to come to you today because here's the deal. I listened to the most amazing book to and from Florida, like listened to it twice. And B, it really touched on something that I'm passionate about, which is being average. And oh my gosh, right? What does that even mean to you? And I'm going to be honest, like, I'm a pretty busy person. I'm always doing something, always thinking, what's my next step? How can I maximize this day? Yada, 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 right? But what I realized is that even though I am moving all the time, there are a lot of areas of my life that I am extremely average in. And some of those are the most important. And holy cow, I almost drove off the road when I realized that I was totally battling the whole average thing. And so I wanted to come on here today because I think it's something we're all battling. And, that component of our life, that whole decision to be average, to be comfortable, to be satisfied in an area of your life that probably could use a lot of attention, really is a bunch of excuses and generally comes from some form of fear. Can you believe that? Like, you can follow it down the line like a string. And it's so true. One of the examples that the book gave was, how many times have you set a goal that is just so low, right? And generally, when you set those goals, it is to protect yourself because of your fear of failure, right? So if you set a huge lofty goal, that means you have all this room in here to grow. But when you set a mediocre goal, that means that you're hitting a ceiling and you are actually pushing yourself back down to average. And so those analogies absolutely changed my thinking on everything that I'm doing, especially when it comes to, my passions, my business, kind of how I want to manage my time every day. These are things that I absolutely am running in an average way. And I find myself, when I'm really running on average, totally frustrated with my production and totally frustrated with where I'm at and, the goals that I am, pushing for. And it's just the whole average thing. So I'm totally interested in hearing how you all manage your time, your goals, your dreams, maybe it's achievements at work or at home, relationships. I mean, everything that we might put on the back burner, just not put any effort into. Because one thing he said was, if you're average in one area of your life, the rest of your life just kind of gradually meets it. So even if you feel like you are rocking out certain components of your life and you're not giving that, action to a certain component, maybe it's your relationship with your husband, your relationship with your friends, maybe it's your relationship with your family or kids or job or whatever it is. If you are not giving your maximum effort to those components in your life, everything else kind of gradually moves down to meet where you are on average. And that's totally eye-opening to me, because how many of us walk around and go, I'm killing my career, I'm killing my relationship with my kids, yet I haven't spoken to my mom in 6 months, or my husband drives me crazy, we don't even talk. Little things like that. Even though you have this fantastic relationship with your kids and you have a crappy relationship with your husband, guys, first of all, your kids know. And second of all, you are basically giving yourself permission to live averagely. So it's so funny that I woke up on Monday morning and this was one of my little Gracies, and it said, go ahead, step out of your box. And that's really what it is, because he talks a lot about how people have zero action. And I talked a little bit about that yesterday. You know, realtors who go through all the trouble of going through the class, getting certified, and only 2% actually sell a house. So 98% of realtors never do anything. That's insane. And you could go on to journalism. 1% of people who graduate with a journalism degree actually work in journalism. And then they talked about Uber. Did you know the average Uber driver only makes $88 a month? I mean, come on. Why even be an Uber driver if you're only going to make $88 a month? So it's just a huge reminder, and it's coming at a great time because we're getting ready to send our kids back to school. And, you know, as we know, the year, it just keeps on plugging by, and we always have some form of an excuse. Right now, moms, we are all using the excuse of, I'm so busy, I have to get everything ready, school is starting, I can't take another thing on, I can't breathe, I've got to get the school supplies. You know, it's ridiculous. When if we just wrote a list of what we had to do before back to school, we'd probably get it done in one afternoon. But instead, we sit around and talk about how busy and stressed out we are. So I want to challenge all of you. I'm definitely challenging myself that this year is going to be different. And I want to rise together. I want to see us rise together. I'm just distraught about the fact that 98% of people sit in a box of unhappiness, unmotivation. There's no massive action going on. And we're basically like a society of Netflix, happy hours, and, you know, no connection. That's just like, it's so depressing. And I believe that through tools like books and podcasts and breathing into your ideas gives us and opens up this opportunity for creativity where we can make the change. And so that's where I'm at today, guys. I want you to think about, where are you at? Like, what does average look like to you? Do you have a goal that you basically gave up on? You know, are you the 98% that said, screw it, not worth it, and then came up with some average excuses to validate that decision? What if we lived uncomfortably? What if we pushed ourselves a little bit harder? What if we turned the TV off? You know, I mean, honestly, I'm speaking from experience, guys. I struggle too. So send me your thoughts. Where are you at? Where is average in your life? And do you feel like everything else kind of becomes average because of that certain component? I do. And I have a lot of work to do. So I can't wait to hear from you.